My sister taught me the rule when I was very young. If someone knocks on the door at night, you do not open it. It does not matter who they say they are. It does not matter if they sound scared. You do not open the door. She told me this was the most important rule in our house. More important than locking the windows. More important than calling the police. Do not let them in. At the time, I thought she was just trying to scare me. Now I know she was trying to keep me alive. Our house was old and narrow, the kind where every sound traveled. Floors creaked, pipes groaned, walls whispered at night. We lived there alone, just the two of us. Our parents were gone long before the rule existed. My sister was older, stronger, always alert. She locked the doors every night, checked the windows twice. She slept lightly. I slept like nothing in the world could touch me. I trusted her completely. The first knock came after midnight. Soft, careful. I remember sitting up in bed, confused. Then I heard a voice, a woman's voice. She said my sister's name. She said she was hurt, that she needed help. The voice sounded familiar, too familiar. I moved toward the door. My sister grabbed my wrist. Her grip was tight, painful. She shook her head. Do not open it. The knocking stopped. The voice did not. The voice knew things. Things no stranger should know. It talked about our childhood, about the way my sister laughed, about the way I used to hide under the stairs. It spoke gently, patiently, like it had all the time in the world. I could hear breathing between the words. Slow, steady, not desperate, practiced. My sister covered my ears. She whispered the rule again. Do not let them in. The knocking came back every few nights. Sometimes it was a woman, sometimes a man. Sometimes it sounded like someone we knew. Sometimes it sounded like me. The voices never shouted. They never begged. They waited. I stopped sleeping. I started listening. That was the worst part. The more I listened, the more convincing they became. The more reasonable they sounded. The more human. My sister grew thinner, tired. She watched the door constantly, as if it might open by itself. One night, the voice sounded wrong, weak. It said my sister was hurt. It said she was lying outside, bleeding. I looked at my sister. She was standing right beside me. The voice kept talking. It described her perfectly. The scar on her hand, the way her hair curled at the ends. My sister's hands were shaking. She whispered that this was how it worked. It learned. It practiced. It waited for mistakes. That night, my sister did something she had never done before. She spoke back. She told it to leave us alone. She told it we knew what it was. The voice stopped immediately. The house went silent. No knocking, no breathing, no sound at all. The silence felt heavier than the noise ever had. My sister backed away from the door. She looked relieved. That scared me more than the voices, because the rule had changed. It was listened. The next morning, my sister was gone. The door was still locked. The windows were still closed. Nothing was broken. There were no signs of a struggle, just her room, empty. I waited for her to come back. She never did. The knocking stopped completely. For years, the house stayed quiet. Too quiet. I told myself it was over. I was wrong. Last night, there was a knock on my door. Soft, careful. A familiar voice spoke my name. It sounded tired. It sounded older. It sounded like my sister. She said she had made a mistake. She said she needed to come home. I stood in the dark, listening, remembering the rule, the most important rule. Do not let them in. The knocking continues, patient, waiting for me to forget.